this one. So this week, what should we get done? What can we, try and get done this week? I mean, we'll find out what you guys did last week, but I was thinking before we, go there, just to get a sense of what can we do right now and what can we get done this week. Initially, I was of the opinion that, we should have a plan of how we're going to achieve, whatever we're going to achieve, So creating a plan, especially with a very clear focus on who we're going to be going after, will be a good milestone for us to hit this week, right? A plan broadly, but specifically what type of people, like, are we going to go after doctors? Are we going to go after architects? Are we going to go after prime ministers, right? Who are we going to go after in the public figure side? And also on the private side, who are the set of people that we're going to go after? These are my objectives, but I want to just, leave the floor open to just hear from the three of you. Yes, Jean, go ahead.
So can I actually share my screen because I've created 3 documents?
Yeah, sure. But let's first, have a quick, just a quick round of, what we have done the last week, and then we'll allow you to share, and then you can, show us. Go ahead.
Okay. So I think that we have to share a project with some of the business owners, because we have to consult with them on how we can also grow it, and also share our project, because I think they will have a crucial role in the marketing and advertisement of this project, because they will have more audience than most of the other members of the LinkedIn website. Because if we reach a doctor, how can we benefit from it? Because that's a crucial point. For instance, we cannot reskill a refugee to work in a hospital. But however, we can reskill a refugee to work in a business, which is really crucial. For instance, the marketing advisor or the social media marketing can be important for a refugee. So we should consult with the business owners. And I also created a list of business owners that I've reached. I haven't reached, actually. I have connection with on LinkedIn. So I've created an Excel of their name, their LinkedIn URL, their email, and something and a status. All of them are waiting. I haven't sent them anything without consulting with you, but they are crucial people that will have a big impact on the marketing advertisement of it. And I've also created a letter to them on the paragraphs based on the website and LinkedIn.
Got it. So it's a very, very good point you made, John. But remember our objective. Our objective is not to do the deals, the final deals. Yes, it is very important to close the deals, but our objective is to, 1, identify public figures who can give us a voice. They're not going to give us any business. They're not going to sign up with us. They're not going to give us any money, but they're simply going to give us their voice. That's one type of brand ambassador. Who are them? Definitely not doctors, because most doctors don't have a voice, right? But I just gave you as an example, okay? But would prime ministers be good? Definitely, yes, right? Politicians, absolutely. Celebrities, absolutely. Rock stars, absolutely. Basketball players, absolutely, right? So we want to focus on people who can give their voice. And second type of brand ambassadors is people who will give their time, right? To do what? To pitch and close to those business people that you're talking about, John, right? But in both cases, if you think about who are these brand ambassadors, sometimes our brand ambassadors can be clients. But honestly speaking, I don't want our brand ambassadors to be our clients. I want brand ambassadors to be people like you, people like Anirudh, people like, I don't even want brand ambassadors to be like Sudesh. I want university first year graduates, university second year graduates, people from, maybe old people, like people who are retired. So either chairman, like old people retired, or young people who are starting their life. I don't want to be talking to CEOs and other people for this particular thing. I hope I'm making sense, John.
Yeah, because for instance, if we want to enroll them in our project, of course, they have to commit time and patience to this project. However, CEOs or other business owners cannot do that. But I actually meant, public figures, but I expressed myself wrongly. But I definitely agree with you. But for 10 minutes, I will not be able to open my camera. I'm so sorry for that.
No problems. Cool.
So I would like to add something to this, Anish, and maybe Suren will talk about it also. So I think what Suren was thinking is, the kids are new into this program. Okay, they don't have a foothold in terms of what exactly this program is about. Okay, so some are passionate, some are still figuring out the passion they can find in this program. But once they have dipped both their hands and feet into the program and they realize what the program is really about and what it can do for them, I think the voice that they will bring when they become the true brand ambassadors to speak to other people in order to convince, that persuasion that needs to be there can only come when these kids have dipped their hands and feet into the program. So his suggestion was, for Kickstarters, kickstart them with assigning 10 refugees if we can, and skill them. Skill those refugees and land them with their opportunities first, so that they understand end to end what the process is all about. After that, so give them like a month's time, 2 months time, whatever it is, because that is their learning phase with this program. And after that, the step 2 should be going out there, and what you have done, you talk about your experience, because your experience will also count at that point in time, the way they're going to present it. So he was thinking if that is something that is doable in terms of getting them. So this way, you're also getting your refugees, at least, if there are 3 people in this forum, at least 30 refugees are getting their opportunities in next 1-2 months.
No, absolutely. No, Sudeshna, I fully agree. But my point is, we can do both, parallelly, in a very slow study pace, because it's really important to understand the reality, at the same time. I also want to be, precise about what is this group about, right? So basically, as a brand ambassador yourself, you will do exactly what Sudeshna just said. Okay, let's say Anirudh becomes a brand ambassador, which means he will take charge of 10 refugees, right? He will, work with them. He will find clients for them. He will, and try to understand what skills they bring to the table. And then he will try to, land them jobs, etc., from clients all over the world. That is a job of a brand ambassador anyways. So, we will do that as a part of that, Sudeshna. So, for example, the first step that we will do is to make you a brand ambassador, right? Before we do any of those things, because if you don't have, let's say, a digital identity that says, like LinkedIn, that says that you are a brand ambassador and you have a proper thing, then you can't even talk to anybody. Forget about, finding other brand ambassadors or other clients. You have to do that first, in order to showcase yourself as, I have become a brand ambassador of StepUp.One, right? You guys with me? So let me just, just quickly show you, in fact, we just getting one of those things done. So this chap is a, is a PhD, is a doctorate from, Cambridge. And, he's just become, if you see, brand ambassador for StepUp.One, right? I hope you can see it. So, he's put, our banner behind him. He's got a, decent looking picture that clearly shows his thing. His name, first thing is brand ambassador, StepUp.One, social impact leader, and then a bunch of other things that he's put. And then here also brand ambassador, etc. And, in this about section, so I'm going to actually, I took this one because I thought I can use this one to showcase how you will become brand ambassador. How will you have to design your own LinkedIn? Is that okay? So definitely, Sudeshna, we will come back to this, and I'll show you step by step how you will create your own before you convince others. But I just pausing again, just going around the table. Anirudh, do you have anything to like? What did you learn in the last 1 week? Just some basic reflections, basically.
I think one reflection is like I did some like research on LinkedIn and I feel like this week I should focus on like first creating a LinkedIn account so that I can like begin like training or whatever to be like a brand ambassador so that I can reach and find more brand ambassadors, and then I can like get more involved in the program. So that's I think the major takeaway.
Cool. I think Christine, thanks for joining. I guess for you, the idea of a brand ambassador, is pretty normal. I guess you're already a brand ambassador. You have. So if you go look at Christine's profile, it'll already be very, it'll be fully done up, like I showed Ashraf. So we can also do that. But let me quickly, do we want to just quickly see what John has done in the last 1 week before we jump into the steps? What are the things that we can do? John, can I ask you to share your screen and maybe show us what you've done?
Of course. So let me see over here. So actually, I want to start from the brand ambassadors, which are actually public figures that I actually looked at. So I can't reach, football or basketball players for now. I couldn't reach them actually, but I had connections with many business owners, actually CEOs, and I think they shouldn't be underestimated because, for instance, this person actually is the Microsoft's Turkish CEO, for instance, and this person is the CEO of the Turkey's biggest clothes company. And I have many examples that many people that have connection with international organizations or companies actually. So these are just samples that can be used or reached. And these are, I've created a little public figures. Actually, I got it from StepUp.One's website and the paragraphs on LinkedIn, on StepUp.One's LinkedIn page, and I've just edited something, for instance, and I actually called for their assistance on marketing and the advertisement of this project. I called for their voice and their whys, and I also created a letter for potential brand ambassadors that will actually be the pitchers of this project. And I thought that maybe actually I have a wide range of connections who are high school and university students, and especially university students, first, second, and third grade students, for instance, undergraduate students, especially. So if I can reach them, and most of them, actually not most of them, all of them speak English because they studied some preparation year. So all of them can speak English very well. They have a proper internet connection. So if I can reach them from LinkedIn, we will have approximately 30 to 40 brand ambassadors on our way. So that's actually pretty good for us because I can really reach them from LinkedIn because I actually know them. So they can really work on this project. But the question is that they will not, I don't think they will be, that willing to work on this project if we do not tell them that the pay of the closed deal, actually. That's the thing. So we actually have to tell them that we will give them pay them $100 if they close a deal with a client. But otherwise, they will not be willing to contribute to this project because the economic conditions in Turkey requires like a kind of a return.
No, John, please don't think, this one is the economic conditions of London, right? Every university graduate in London would die to come and do this for us, because
Yes,
it's
not just Turkey. It's, I mean, all over the world. Definitely, I definitely agree with you.
You can earn $100 in London by being a barista in a coffee shop for 8 hours. So it's not like $100 is not cheap, right? And we are talking about a 30-minute of their time, just to come and do a pitch. So, but there are a few problems. But first of all, I must tell that this is fantastic. You have really gone above and beyond my expectations in terms of your approach and everything. It's really amazing to see this. But there are a number of problems that we need to fix, which we'll fix. The first problem I can tell is, I just wanted to open the floor before I can just list a number of problems, So I want you to start like executing, like reaching out to all these people, reaching out to everybody. But I want to tell you a few problems. But before I tell, I wanted to ask Anirudh or Farah or Christine, why shouldn't John immediately reach out right now? What's the problem in John reaching out right now?
I feel like he should know more about the program and all of its bells and whistles before approaching people.
Great point, Anil. Great point. Number one, he should know more about the program. Never ever trust anybody. First, figure things out yourself completely before you bounce. Okay, that's a fantastic point. What's the second point? What else?
Anyway, I will not reach to anyone.
No, I know that. No, John, I know that. I'm just like, trying to make this into a group discussion. Christine, Farah, what do you think? Why should John, shouldn't do this immediately, today? What is he missing? What's missing from him?
I believe what John is missing is the experience, because
sorry, Christine,
if he's yes.
Sorry, Christine, we couldn't hear you properly. I think you said he's missing experience, which is what Anirudh also said, right? Like experience, okay, fair enough. What else is he missing? Yeah, Suren, thanks for joining. We're just having a quick thing. John has put together a list of people and an email to reach out, etc., etc. So we're asking the question: what is missing in John's, thing that he should not do this immediately? He should wait for a few weeks. Why should he wait?
He's like a LinkedIn account.
Yes, Anirudh. No, wait, Sudeshna. Yes, Anirudh.
He needs a LinkedIn account, I think.
He needs a LinkedIn account. I'm sure he has a massive LinkedIn account, because I just saw his list of people. He's like already, big on LinkedIn, it looks like. But he needs a credible, let's say he needs a credible LinkedIn account.
Yeah, I was about to say there's a credibility factor, because when you're reaching out, why should people trust you, right? Why should they not think that it is one of the scamming things we are doing? So there has to be a credibility to what we do. And that can come two ways. One, people are going to look us up on the internet. Okay, this person reached out to me, and what is his footprint on the internet? Let me verify whether he has a proper footprint or not, whether he knows what he's talking about.
Correct.
So I think that will be an important thing, to create our footprint digitally first.
Absolutely. Sudeshna, fantastic. Nailed it. What else? Still some things are missing. What else? What else John should need? So basically, he needs to have a little bit of experience. Second, he needs to have a strong digital identity. Third, he should be associated with StepUp.One. You could be a scammer who just, trying to represent StepUp. How do people know that you're associated with StepUp.One? You're sending an email from gmail.com.
I think people look at the website of that page, our contributors are brand
No. StepUp.One is credible. You are credible. How do you know that you are officially connected with StepUp? Anybody can
letter
just
from the founder.
Yeah, but I'm thinking more something that is like easy to. So for example, instead of sending this email from your Gmail, if it went from john.sinan@stepup.one, would that be more credible?
Yes.
Yeah.
But by the way, we
then-
have to check the spam because we have to ensure that it's not going to spam.
Yeah, of course it won't, I mean, it'll be much better than, can you guys see my screen?
No, I will stop sharing you.
Yeah, just
now
stop
you can-
sharing. I'll show you something. So the number one thing is credibility, right? So just what am I doing with Ashraf? So immediately when somebody looks at Ashraf, they know that this guy's got banner, he's saying he's a brand ambassador, etc., etc., etc. But more than even this, I'm thinking I want to basically, have something where I'm going to create a page called brand ambassadors within my thing. So let's say who we are, and change this, from mentors to brand ambassadors. So we'll call it, brand ambassadors, and make sure, in this particular page that all your profiles and pictures are here. Are you with me?
Yeah.
Because then everything is connected. You're emailing from a StepUp.One email. You have your photos here, right? Which basically confirms that you are a part of this. And then when somebody goes to your LinkedIn, all the right bells and whistles are attached to you. You see, so with these three things, right email, the LinkedIn thing, and you and your photo and everything else listed over here, along with all these people, we can crack it. What do you say? Right? So these are the three things that you need. But anyway, I'll just pause this because I just wanted to give it a quick shot in terms of where you're going right. And so fantastic, superb effort so far, right?
Yep, I would like to add, John, that was like mind blowing, okay, for me. For a ninth grader, putting that kind of effort and putting the time, researching, making the list, it is truly mind blowing, okay? Well, it's unfortunate that we are not able to leverage it right now, but I think when the time comes to leverage that, you will be that bomb out there who will make it happen. So,
absolutely, but it's just a question of timing.
yeah, I think it's just a question of timing.
Yeah,
everything you
So,
just need to take baby steps.
Yeah, we have to build the infrastructures very strong,
Yeah.
so that we will not we won't struggle in further distances.
Absolutely. Suren, you want to add anything? Because I'm going to go to no, you're okay.
No, I'm good. I'm not going to contribute a lot. As long as there's anything that I can add, I'll add, but otherwise I'll be silent. No.
Yeah, sure. Cool. So the first thing we want to do is a plan, something like this. Okay, guys, just quickly, I'm just trying to, can everybody see my screen?
Yeah.
Really? Okay. What is this?
Yeah.
No, why brand ambassadors? Because you have to imagine this as a step-by-step guide that not only you are going to use, but you're also going to give it to all the new people who are going to join. Okay. So first of all, we need to have a video that explains, why do we need brand ambassadors, something like that. And then in that same video, we talk about, there are two types of brand ambassadors. One is a set of public figures who are going to lend their voice. The other is a set of private individuals who are going to lend their time, right? Somebody's already saying, I'll be there in a minute. Okay. Okay, these are the things that we need. Okay. Let me just, put this one under, yeah, I think it should go under this, basically. Under this. Yeah. Yeah, like this. Okay, so there are two types. Why brand ambassadors? There are two types of brand ambassadors. Third, I'm just going to work along with you. Don't get really worried about, we'll come to you, like, transforming, the brand ambassador or something like that, we'll come. But I just want to still work with you, here, let's work with a list of, so who should be in this, who should be this, not private, public figures. Who should be these public figures? I just want to work for 5 minutes with you guys. Who should be these figures that we should, attempt to make them as our brand ambassadors?
Celebrities.
Yes. No, sorry, who are Niru?
I said celebrities.
Refugees.
Celebrities.
Oh, celebrities. I think you need to be a little bit more precise, like what movie stars or, let's be clear.
Instagram influencers.
Okay, let's start with even you can be a little bit more precise. Let's say top 100 or even top 1,000 Instagram.
Or you can say social media influencers, because generally if an influencer has an Instagram account, he or she also has a Twitter or TikTok account. So
Yeah, but look, yeah, let's basically, I agree with
Specify.
you, but let's be precise. I like the word, Instagram influencers, because it's really precise, and
Yeah.
we can definitely build from there. Okay, because you can see what I mean is if I give you the job, you can go and find who are the top 1,000 Instagram influencers and come back with a list. Okay, but if I give you go find the social media influencers, you'll actually struggle, because like which social media, so many.
Yeah, definitely.
Who else? Just be free, anybody can talk right now. So anybody, like who else?
See, I feel Angelina Jolie is already doing a lot of UN work. She will be a really strong candidate to reach out to if we can, because she's very involved in a lot of things that goes on in Asia. She has visited.
Sudeshna, be very brief, Sudeshna. Just say Angelina Jolie, but I think let's not to go into a lot of details, because we have 1 hour.
Okay.
We have to do a lot of things.
Yeah, just one.
And also Angelina Jolie is just one kind. He's making a list of activities.
So I've added Angelina, movie stars. Got it. Next, who else?
Yeah, movie stars.
And we'll actually make it, a little bit, this thing. We'll start with the US movie stars, and then we will think about, other movie stars, because everything has a country angle to it. Everything. What else? What about prime ministers and presidents?
So, but I mean, on behalf of my side, I can't reach the prime minister and the minister of our the president of our country.
Absolutely. I'm sure, not only for you, John, for every single one of us, we will, have to come up with a strategy, because not everybody you see might have the connections that you might. So
I think my suggestion, Anis, if you think, just say top political figures in this country, starting from representatives to all the way up. If you want to really start.
So that's why I want to split it. For example, I want to do like this: past, and then the political thing itself. I'm splitting it like this. So we will do it, Suren. So basically, in the US, now we are going to the US. In the US, all Congress men and women. Who else? Who else is there? There is also your second thing, right? There is one Senate, all Senate, and all senators. So there must be around 500 in this itself, approximately. Okay, who else? Who else need to be there? We can.
I think journalists, top journalists, because featuring ourselves in, it's a story to tell. So the more we get featured, I guess.
Yeah. No, I agree. Oh, yeah, I agree.
Do you think that we should enroll, invite the top university professors?
I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced, but maybe somebody here is convinced, but I'm not convinced.
But why do you want to see what can they do? I think if you're going to even university, then you should go to people who are in that social impact kind of guys in that university. But doesn't I don't know. Yeah.
My experience is not that great with these kind of people. They're not really that powerful. I mean, if the university guy is really a big star, connected, etc., yes, but usually they're not. So now I'm just splitting it like this. Politicians. Yeah. So we got politicians.
Is it me or is it thing? Why is this? First of all, right? All this younger generation, once you belong to younger generation, all this black color background is one major thing all these guys are using, number one. Okay, it's so hard to read that actually. Okay, and then the second is the Zoom is like, I don't know, it's a very the font is like less. Maybe I have to take the gallery off. Maybe I'll have to figure out something on view options.
You have
Yeah,
to expand the screen. I'm able to read it.
Okay.
Just 1 second. I'm just give me 1 second. I'm just trying to see where is that thing, that.
Now I'm able to see. It's okay. Don't worry.
Okay, better.
I think you're fine, Anis. He didn't have a proper
Okay.
thing, I think.
Some old
No,
generation.
but either way, I'm a white guy. But I don't want this black color background.
this
All
is-
these.
Is white
No,
version
this-
better? This better?
This is good. Yeah, good. Thanks.
Okay, cool. Okay, so we've covered politicians. We'll call these guys, in
Social. No, I think social. You start the top category. Put social media, and under that you go into specific social media thing.
yeah, that's what I'm trying to do now. We can say top 1,000 Instagram influencers.
And can you actually change list of all private individuals are actually a subset of public figures? Can you actually change that? Because actually it also should be, yeah,
Good.
that's good.
So we're gonna start with these guys, right? Because these guys are the most important guys, because the social media influencers. Once we are done with the social media influencers, we're going to go to the politicians. Once we are done with the politicians, we're going to go to the movie stars. Who else? Social media influencers, politicians, movie stars. What about
Journalist.
journalists? Yeah. Should we call them journalists, or should we call them media, or
Yeah,
Media.
media. What media are they called? It's a different word for it today,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
Media consultants.
yeah.
Media. Call it media influencers if you want. Put media
I'll
influencers.
call media influencers, and then we'll put them as journalists underneath this. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you're forgetting some many big things. Yeah. Come on. Just keep thinking. What else?
Sports.
Who's that?
Sports.
So some of these, okay, movie you said put it's also fashion. People are in fashion actually. Sports, fashion.
What else? Anirudh, think about sports. What sports? Within sports?
Basketball, NBA is definitely in the United States. It's NBA. In Europe, it's football.
Yeah.
Yeah, we also have football, but our football is different from the world's football.
No, yeah, but for Europe, it's but also Turkey.
Basically, there they run with a football in their hands.
Yeah, so that's why I call it soccer and football. Okay, otherwise Americans will be all confused. Football.
They run with their football in their hands and kick only when they see the goal.
By the way, does Europeans recognize soccer? I mean, like soccer, the word soccer, they are fine, or
No, the soccer is same with football in Euro and in Turkey. Like
Soccer is
then call it soccer then.
No, that's okay. Don't worry.
no.
Don't worry.
You can also create soccer too.
Just call it American football.
Yeah.
Like, why would you carry a ball and run? It's just interesting.
Is rugby and American football same?
Yeah. It's rugby and American football are almost same, but they're not really same. As in, like, in rugby, there is no, you can't wear anything. Like, there is no pads, and you don't dress like a robot. But American football, you dress like a, like this tiny guy will be wearing this mega suit, right? That's the difference. But anyway, don't worry about the sports. We list the sports. That's not the important thing. What else is there basically here? So we've done social media, politicians, movie stars, media influencers, sports, fashion. Anything else we are missing out? What about chief executives? Are they good people to go after?
Can you repeat what you've said? I couldn't understand.
Fortune 500, Global 2000, the top.
Those CEOs, entrepreneurs, maybe?
No entrepreneurs, CEOs of large companies.
Yeah, definitely.
Are
Why
they?
not entrepreneurs? What is the deal with that?
See,
No.
yeah, see, the problem is we are reaching to all the chief executives and entrepreneurs anyways as a part of our hunting. When we are hunting for new clients
For business, we are doing that, right?
for
So
business, we are doing it anyways.
Oh,
they will already they'll know that at that time itself.
Yeah.
If any of them
Yeah.
volunteers to be an ambassador, they can do that even at that point.
Okay.
I think people who are on board, the board of companies, like say, for example, this PepsiCo lady is now resigned, right? What's her name? Indra Nooyi. She's not a CEO or anything anymore. So I think those ex-board members of big companies, we need to dig them out because they have a good voice to lend, I feel.
Very good point. Very good point. Ex-CEO, board members, chairman, right?
We also talk about the head of international charities or nonprofit organizations. They have reached many people than than most of the profit organizations. So we may talk to them because they may also we may also lend our voice to them actually.
Yeah.
Like the chairman, founders, organizers of nonprofit organizations, and yeah.
But I have something to say here. See, the non-profit organizations already have a cause that they are fighting for, right? So we become their back burner most times is what I feel. I don't know how these collaborations work with non-profits usually, because they are themselves fighting for a cause and trying to get their own share in this whole thing.
No, I think I'll delete it. I think it's a bit of a, yeah, I completely agree. Yeah, I delete it because I wasted a lot of time with these non-profit guys. They all want to come and say they want to partner with me. And I don't have any interest in partnering with anybody.
Yeah. So Anis, I think first initial laundry list, this seems to be okay. I don't know.
I like it. I think this is more than enough. Now let's do the second level quickly. Social
I'll just
media.
add one more. Authors. I think we have to reach out to famous authors.
Oh, very good, dear. Yeah, authors, writers. Yeah. Famous writers, whatever. Okay, yeah. Yeah, that's a good one. Now let's dig a little bit, I want to dig two things a little bit. Let's dig the top three, okay? Social media influencers, how do we find out? So let's find out, what are the second level people under social media. So we've got Instagram influencers. That's the only thing that I know. What about
Can I ask something actually?
LinkedIn, in Twitters.
Yeah, LinkedIn, Twitter. Okay, John has a question.
Yeah, go ahead. Keep asking.
So if we think logically, the parts, the people who we can reach are mostly social media influencers, politicians, and media influencers for communication, because they are easier to communicate on LinkedIn because they probably have a LinkedIn account. So I think we should elaborate on them, like media influencers also, because I mean, journalists, media influencers, Times Magazine, or New York, I don't know the magazines or gazetes in the United States, but they can be really helpful for us. So I think we have to focus on them. And I actually searched for the top 1,000 Instagram influencers, but I mean, they have more than, all of them have more than 10 million followers. So
yeah, easily
it will be really hard to reach. I have to note that it's really hard because 10 million people.
I know. Look, that's why we need this strategy. What is our strategy to reach out to the public figures? And what is our strategy for reaching out to private individuals? We'll come to that, but let's go step by step. So social media influencers, let's identify, 1,000 in each one of these four top thing. Politicians, I think, in my view, it's I think I would start with start with the US, all congressmen and all senators. I would start with prime ministers and presidents of all countries across the globe. I would do that. I would want a list of this. And typically, these prime ministers and congressmen and senators, you can easily get their emails. it'll be very difficult to get their some of them will have like AOC and Ilhan Omar, and some of them will have like Barack Obama. They all have their LinkedIn, but most of them will not have their LinkedIn. But all of them will have their Twitter account. All politicians in the US will have their Twitter account. Yeah. So US all politicians, prime ministers, past prime ministers and presidents of all countries. This will be a huge exercise, but we can do it. What other angles are there for attacking the politicians? We have attacked US. We'll obviously, add, Turkish. See, the Turkey is a very important, John, for my battle, because Turkey today hosts the world's largest, refugees. More than 7 million refugees are in Turkey right now. Right? It is the largest refugee camp in the world. Kenya hosts 500,000. So compare Kenya to Turkey, which is 7 million. So we will reach out to all politicians across Turkey through John, just as a thing. But who else, should we be reaching out to? What about the Europe prime ministers and president? No, what about the other people in Europe and other things? Should we go after them?
Yeah, by the way, can I add something on the Turkish part?
Yes, please.
So, I mean, we definitely host, Europe's and probably Middle East's most, refugees. And the refugee topic is a, very common topic in Turkey. Like everyone knows some of the crisis, the refugee crisis and everything. So everyone is familiar with this topic. So whenever I reach someone, they will definitely deal with this problem or ignore it. But they will actually know the problem. I mean, they're familiar with them, so they can actually deal with the problem. So that's a really that will be a real benefit for us, because I mean everyone is familiar with the problem. Like for instance, in Europe, not most of the people are familiar with the refugee problem, but in Turkey it's otherwise.
No, that's very true. But let me just give a quick thing. It's basically after Turkey, which is the biggest one. I mean, I don't know exactly, but Europe, it's Germany. Germany is having 2 million refugees. German economy is going berserk in terms of what they have to do with the thing. I want to give you a small number, guys, just keep it at the back of your mind. Okay, this is the don't worry about all these Sam and Som. See, what we are saying is we can do, let's say if we reskill and employ 10 million refugees, we can do a $30 billion of revenue, creating a $150 billion economy. Just keep this at the back of your mind. For every 1 million people that we do something about, if we reskill them and employ them, from 1 million people, we can generate approximately $3 billion in revenue. Can somebody repeat this? Anirudh.
1 million refugees reskilled, you can make $3 billion.
Okay. And how much economy that will contribute to? Let's say those 1 million live in Turkey. How much will be the contribution of these people to the economy of Turkey?
3 billion. No,
$3 billion will be the revenue. The economy will be 5 times usually. So for example, if these people got let's say they earned $100 money, okay, that guy will go and spend that money in barber shop, chicken shop, all the other shops, right? So the money, the $100 will multiply 5 times typically in order to create an economy. Okay, because these people, these refugees, right, they don't take the money and spend it on Amazon.com. They usually spend it on the shop inside that camp, inside that place, and that money keeps rotating like crazy. So it is estimated, World Bank estimates the money gets multiplied 5 times when it goes into the hands of a refugee in a camp, whether it is Turkey or Africa, wherever it is. But when it comes to people like us, it doesn't rotate 5 times. It immediately goes to Amazon.
Actually, that's a very good point, Anis. I think we should note all this down because they are fabulous talking points as well for persuasion.
No, that's exactly why I just paused right now and gave it to this point, because you have to only remember this one point. Every 1 million refugees we reskill and employ, the country gets $3 billion back, okay, in terms of productivity and GDP. Okay, that's the 3 billion goes into their GDP, but a 15 billion goes into their economy. It just pushed the economy by $15 billion for every 1 million we reskill and employ. So instead of refugees becoming a burden to Germany, instead of refugees becoming a burden to Turkey, they will become a boon to these countries, right? Because suddenly these are very, very productive digital populations. They are not draining the economy, rather they are contributing to the economy. Why countries run away from these refugees, right? Because they drain the, that's what they worry. They will sit in a place and we'll have to spend a lot of money on them. So keep this in mind. I'm sorry, I just went over there.
No, it's a very
No,
important
this
point.
is a good point. But I have a question, Anish. I know you want to reach out to the political, like every country's political thing. So that's a very conflicting territory, according to me, because
So wait. Sure. Okay, you made the point. I'll just answer the question so that we can move on. So we are not trying to say that, okay, hey, you guys do something about this. We are just saying that, hey, it's only an influence. You play an influencing role that, hey, these guys are there. I think let's do something about them, and some kind of a voice, so some kind of a visibility. That's
exactly.
all. We are not asking to change their country. We're not asking them to do
We're not
this,
asking
that,
for
this.
visa. We're not asking
for anything.
We are not asking for
We-
any political help or political, no.
Correct.
But it might become, Sudeshna, you're right. It might get into the, so for example,
No, the fact that you're reaching to a political person, the agenda in their head is going to be that see, even though we try to make ourselves clear, I think we have to be, especially when you're reaching to politicians, our language to them, the write-up we do to them should be very different from a write-up we probably do to a LinkedIn influencer or, Instagram influencer. Because this territory is a very different territory going into the government.
Sensitive territory. Agreed. Let's move on. So I have put the top ones, Turkey, I want to focus. Germany, I want to focus. European Union, just, at a very high level.
Why did you skip UK, by the way?
UK is useless, in many aspects.
What about Asian countries? Asia also deals with refugees, right? India also has so much refugee that
No,
they're
I'll put, because, Charles is there in this particular thing, Charles and this thing, I'll put Hong Kong. Because he might be, but no, I think it's very tricky. No, I'll not put anything. I'll ask.
I think we have a most influential countries in the thing. I think that's a good starting point. We don't have to expand this further and further. Let's get some things. Hong Kong is the smallest economy. It's a small company, small country.
No, Hong Kong, I'll tell you, there is a reason, because Charles is who's in this group with us, okay, and his daughter. They want to do something in Hong Kong, but the problem in Hong Kong is, it's Chinese. It's not really Hong Kong. So it's a very different problem. And I think I'll leave it to him to deal with it. Okay.
Correct.
So let's go to movie stars. How do we attack the movie stars? Should we start with US movie stars and leave it like, let's leave it at that? Or anything else that you guys want to go down to?
Yeah, I think you should US Hollywood movie stars.
Or let's say the global. No, global.
I think can you change the movie stars into top entertainers, and then under that you can have singers, all those things, and movies are one more scenarios.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think entertainers, and within entertainers we'll have band, those singers and all of those people.
I agreed. I'll just put, entertainers. Okay, cool.
Yeah, because singers, have a lot of followers. I mean, when they publish a video, a video of their song on YouTube, they get billions of views. So we have to consider that.
Agreed. Media influencers basically right now is journalists, and then we have to put news, anchors.
Media.
Again, the top 100.
Top 100 news anchors. Yes.
Yeah, something like this.
And I think this has to be done at every country level, I'm assuming, right, Anis?
I want to do country level, but we'll do a global 100 first, and then we'll do, everything we'll do global 100, and then we'll dive into deeper this thing. Okay, sports again. Honestly, I would just go for, all NBA. Here in all football, I would say all, European footballers.
And what is this thing that what is this application they're using here?
It's ClickUp.
ClickUp. Huh? Okay.
So when I started using this, around 3 years ago, they were at $1 million company. Now they are a $1 billion unicorn. They just got.
It's a free app. It's a free app.
No, I'm partnered with them actually. So they've given me full access in a big way. But it's the free itself is very good actually.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so American football again, all players in American football, past and present. Okay, remember, we should never forget the past. Okay, all past and present players. In everything, we have to say all past and present. I'm not saying that, but I hope you guys will get it. It's the same thing, right? So okay, so we have done that, right? So I would like so let's do one thing. I want to assign this job to Anirudh. Okay, the US all congressmen and senators, right? I'll say Anirudh will come up with this list. Somehow he will go and figure it out. And I will assign this one, past prime ministers and presidents of all countries. I'll assign it to John. Obviously, Turkish thing will be, John directly. But, this one. But this is
the way, John, CAN.
Okay.
But you can drop John. It doesn't matter because.
No, I was also confused because the C you pronounce as J, is it in Turkey?
Yeah, but my father always dreamed of John when you call John. So you can call it John. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, the problem, John, is the whole world is going to call you Can.
Yeah.
I'm going to.
Even I was thinking it's Can, and then I thought, okay.
Can I do one thing? Can I just put JAN instead of JO?
Okay, it doesn't matter for me.
No. I respect it. Basically, I just don't want the whole world to call you, like Can.
Yeah. Yeah. Plus, remember one thing. You yourself is going to be a great ambassador now, and you're creating a brand, and you need to be clear about your brand.
No. I think, guys, please don't change his name. Okay, I think that is not right. What we should do and what people do is they put their original name and they put the pronunciation next to it in a parenthesis. I think that's how his LinkedIn profile should be. How he needs to be pronounced.
How does this? Is this okay? Can and John are like this?
So let me see. Like I should actually John. Actually, can you say John? Like John.
No, the problem is not what saying. I can say John. Like
not Jan. John.
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 It is
Yeah.
John.
John.
CH. Anis, it's CH pronunciation. So Chan.
Okay.
Not Chan. John.
Oh,
John. Like there isn't any J.
So this is like that, this John, right? Like that Urdu word is there, right?
No, John, you're saying it correct. Yeah, John.
Okay,
like
John.
Like Mama John,
John,
Papa
the life.
Yeah, Baba John.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Baba John.
But no, there is a Urdu word which says, John.
Yeah, the life.
John is love.
Mere John.
Yeah, Jan is life.
Life or
yeah.
Anyways, come back to work, people, please. So, and then, okay, so we do this. Okay, I don't want to, get into this. What is our strategy for?
One sec. No, Anis. Actually, you need to also give something to Manasvi. I think Anirudh will talk to her and then ask her to do whatever it's been. So give something to Manasvi.
So
maybe US actually give one person senators, one person a congressman. I think.
Hey, no, that's too easy. This will be like just one person basically.
Okay.
Prime ministers and presidents of all countries. This also will be, John will do. Any other people, maybe Manasvi can go after the
movie stars, US
or
that US NBA. She's basketball, right? Put her on all NBA.
Very good, excellent. We'll just put her for all the basketball stuff.
Yeah, and fashion also, I think you should put Manasvi into that, the fashion area, fashion influencers.
Yeah, we can put that top
We haven't written anything on the fashion yet. That's why.
fashion influencers, and let her also write. We can ask her to write, right, Manasvi. Okay, first, before I do all these things, I need to make sure that you guys can see
Have access.
yeah. I'm just gonna quickly share it. Can somebody quickly click on this and then tell me if you guys are able to your guys are able to see this list that I'm typing? I have already put it on our WhatsApp group.
Oh, we can see it actually.
You can see it, you can click and it opens. Manasvi, all those words, names you can see.
Yeah. I guess we can also edit it, but let me see.
Oh, you can
Yeah,
edit.
I think you should not give edit permission. I think it should
No. We should trust all these people. They should be able to edit it. Honestly.
Yeah, I'm able to see, but where
Can
do I
you
see whether it's
also
Manasvi
post
or
it in
not?
the Zoom chat?
Oh, you want me to put it in the Zoom chat? Okay.
Yeah.
It's on WhatsApp.
I don't know where is the Zoom chat.
It's like at the bottom of the
Yeah.
screen next to share. Yeah.
Anirudh, yeah, I've sent it to Anirudh.
Thank you.
By the way, have you created this ClickUp or is it just an app?
It's an app. Just download ClickUp as an app. As soon as you download it, you can see everything inside an app.
By the way, in first session you talked about like a software. I couldn't catch it. What was that? You said that we had a software built for something.
HubSpot. Like, for example, once you have all these lists, right? I'll talk about so basically in terms of what software, what apps do you need to have in your phone or laptop. So you need a bunch of apps. Let me just quickly list them out. You need
Like Excel is the first one.
Sorry, yeah, LinkedIn. I'll come to Excel. LinkedIn, Twitter, ClickUp, HubSpot, LinkedIn,
Instagram,
LinkedIn, Twitter, ClickUp, HubSpot, Excel, Instagram. What else do you need? Yeah, I think this is pretty much it. Actually, we are also creating an app for ourselves. We'll come to that later, but that's fine. Now,
Anis, I have a question. So on the ClickUp, unless I click on individual items, I'm not able to see who is assigned what, right? So is there a way, like when I go and I just see, okay, what all is assigned to Manasvi or what all is assigned to?
I'm having a small problem. You can see this red thing, right? Once I solve that problem, all of you can become, members, and then each of you. So, for example, you can see this assignee, right?
Okay, got it.
This one will be myself, and this one will be Christine, something like that. We can just assign them, to the right people. But right now, I'm not able to add any of you right now because I'm having some problems.
Okay, got it.
Okay, so let's move on. Now, one of the first things that you need to do is, how do you create your own digital identity so that you are sort of so your LinkedIn, so you can say social media identity. I would say because we are dealing with professional things, so LinkedIn and Twitter. What you do with your Instagram and Facebook is up to you. You can just put a small thing saying, brand ambassador, just a small thing. You don't need to put a banner and stuff like that, because I think that is something that is very personal and you want to do that, whatever you want to do with it. So social media identity, is what you need to create. So you need to create a credible social media identity. Okay, the steps for that I will write it over here so that you know what to do basically, right? But honestly, if you just look at any of my brand ambassadors, I can just send you, and you should be able to look at a brand ambassador and say, okay, this is how my profile should also look at, right? So it's very
So
easy.
the assets, will you provide the assets that we need?
Yeah, I will provide the assets, like this, it's already there. I just need to copy paste it over here. So for example, if you look at this one, it'll be like this, setting up LinkedIn. So sorry, it'll be something like this.
Okay, so you already have a whole step by step. All right, cool,
Yeah.
Anis. I think this
So,
is great.
yeah, you just have to click here, and then the asset is here. Copy this, save the image into your thing, upload it into your LinkedIn. So set up the LinkedIn banner, then set up the experience section. So this is what you need to put inside your experience section. Add StepUp as a company, your role as brand ambassador, description that you need to add, all the emojis, everything. After you do this, it will become something like this. So it's all step-by-step guide is inside this. Okay, so you don't need to really go anywhere. I just need to copy it and put it over here. So this is how we do it currently for our refugees. So it's simply the same for you, and it needs to be slightly changed. So I'm just coming back to brand ambassador. So why all these things are ready, and then you need to create your digital identity in these two places. So all those steps will come here. What else we need to do? Should we take a task? Let me also show you something so that you know exactly what we're doing. Let's say I've asked Anirudh, okay, to go and collect the data about all the congressmen and all the senators of US, right? And I've asked John to connect the same thing. I've asked John to collect the data for all presidents and prime ministers across all global countries, past and present. Okay, so what they will do once they've collected the data, that data will be uploaded here. This is called HubSpot. Okay, you don't need to worry about it. I'll do that for you from the back end. So all you do is, if you come in, click here and say, Anirudh here, like this, Anirudh. Okay, what will happen is, all the president, all the things. So obviously your name is not going to be there. Let's say, I put Hassan or Christine. So Christine is here. So as soon as I click on Christine, so Christine will have these people, right? 700 people she has. Similarly, when I put Anirudh's name, it'll give the list of all the US senators and all the people here, Anirudh. So let's say if Woodrow Levin is one of the US senators, okay, and in order for you to connect with him, all you have to do is click on the URL like this. Okay, so it will open their particular the person's thing, and from here you will say more, connect, add a note, and then what note will you add? You will add this particular note. Let me just quickly show you what that note will look like. This will be the note that you will be sending to the US Senator. You got it, Anirudh? So hi, and you can put his name also if you want. Okay, but I don't think that's important. So we are a refugee-led social impact enterprise, reskilling thousands of refugees and doing blah blah blah. Here is our story. Would love to connect with you. That's it. So this is what you will be. It's a 300 characters thing, and let's imagine this as Joe Biden or Ilhan Omar or Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez or whoever it is, right? So you will send this 500 times to all the 500 senators and of this thing. Okay, not obviously they will not all of them will connect. So you'll do three things, Anirudh. One, but not now. I'm just telling you all these things so that you know what is going to come 3 weeks from now. Okay, First, your job is to collect every single one of them. Is that clear, Anirudh?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay. And your job, I mean, I wish I could just help you to quickly collect all the US senators, but typically these guys will not be in, so list of all US.
Oh, he'll figure it out, Anis. Don't worry about that part. You don't have to tell him what to do. These kids will usually figure it out.
No, yeah, I'm just trying to see if I can
Biased.
if there is any easy way to get it, I would rather want people to spend time on difficult, rather than just, I'm also, I don't know, right? So for example, list of all US, like for example, it'll be here. Especially Anirudh, we need three things for every single person that we connect. We need their LinkedIn URL, we need their Twitter account, we need their email. These are the three minimum things we need. We typically don't want to bother them on phone. Okay. So LinkedIn URL, Twitter URL, and this thing. And what we make sure is we try to bring it over here. So the LinkedIn URL will be here, the Twitter URL will be here, the email will be here. So they all three will be next to each other for every one of the celebrities that you identify. Okay, once that is done, for all of them, we will have a message to send in Twitter, message to send in, just give me 1 second. I'm just trying to see if.
So I have a question here, Anis. The first message you showed, and I'm having this thing with Instagram. Okay, when we are reaching out to influencers because of the company I work with, what we have seen is when you're sending impersonal messages, the reaction is much lower than when you personalize the message a little bit when it is sent. At least the name and something, we would love to collaborate with you, something that makes them think. So, and in fact our account got blocked also on Instagram once because Instagram, I think, checks to see if it is sort of like a robot who's doing it, and they blocked our account off because of that continuous spamming that was going on, reaching out to influencers. So don't you think it has to be personalized a little bit?
We used to do that, Sudeshna. We used to say hi, so and so, comma, a little bit of this thing. In fact, I have software which does the personalization. So for example, if I go here, look at this, right? So you see this here. This will actually personalize everything, basically. Look at this. As we both worked in the same company, like there are many ways you can personalize also, right? I can do that, but what has happened is, we are having a lot of nice, chat over there. It goes through really well. Okay, so we can personalize. That personalization takes a good extra 30 seconds. And I want to remove that extra because we want to now do 500 senators. So every 30 seconds you add, it becomes like, a good.
No, I understand, but I'm also telling you what's going to happen on Instagram, because that account, whoever is reaching out.
There are a couple of things, Sudeshna. I think objective is important. In Slova, for us, it's not about 5 million people we reach out. It's not all 5 million we need. It's all about certain percentage of numbers with the scale at which and the speed at which we do, and how many people do we get is what important. So in your case, it's different. In your case, it's like individual thing and all that. So where you have to use complete personalized, where you have to rationalize on the speed, I think you need to find a balance there. And Anis knows this very well because in LinkedIn, beyond certain numbers, he knows that we can't do this and that and all that stuff. So that's what I'm trying to say.
No, LinkedIn is not a problem. She's talking about Instagram.
So yes, I'm talking about Insta because Insta has all these rules.
Very sensitive. Instagram and Facebook are extremely sensitive to repeated messages. But we are going to do like 20 to 30 messages a day. So very, very small number. We're not going to do 100, 200, 300.
Okay.
So usually this stays where, it's in the human domain, not in the automation domain. So we shouldn't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
The second thing is, what I want is, where were we? We were.
Can I ask something?
Yes, please.
So I think we should be prepared for other, further distances too. Why, for instance, if Mohammed Saad Ali accepts to connect, what will we send, like what paragraph or what text will we send him? And after that, if he accepts,
So,
do we have like a
Anish,
Calendly meeting thing or stuff?
Anis, give me one thing. Let me say,
yeah,
John, don't do high school, man. Just apply.
What?
I will take you. Just directly come to Frere. I'll take you as an employee. And then let's start working, man. Please don't do high school.
yeah. I think seriously, his maturity is unbelievably interesting. Actually, yeah, he's like thinking 5 steps ahead of everybody. So look, John, I've got that. Can you see this? Send
Okay.
a second message.
Okay,
to both
now
of
I
us.
can see. But we also need like a Calendly meeting thing for, presentation, or
We have that. We have that. So third.
okay.
So we have a third message.
Okay, got it.
So we have a third message who say, what can you do for me, or what can they do for me? That is, oh, you're going to pay you money. And then a fourth message where they say, okay, all that is fine. How much will you pay me? Can we meet next, whatever, right? So then you send them Calendly. Here you go. Book a meeting. So it's like, it's all nicely thought through. I'm very glad that, you're thinking through, but it's been nicely thought through.
Wonderful.
Okay.
Okay, Anis, the time I think right now is 12:45. So I think we need to pause here. No?
Yeah, we need to.
So Anis, let's do one thing. I think looks like Manasvi will not have something starting next week onwards. I think we should probably start a little early. I'll negotiate with her. Let's make it, instead of 1 hour, let's make it at least 2 hours or something, 1.5 hours to 2 hours, so that because it's just 1 day a week we are meeting. So and then so that we can get things done, and more tasks. I think now you should ask these guys to do something by next week so that we have something.
Yeah, but I think John had a problem with an hour early, right? Can he join? Can he reorganize to join?
And
Unfortunately not. I can't join 1 hour earlier because yeah, I mean I have another meeting on 6 p.m. Which ends at 7:30 p.m. Like I have two meetings.
You're more busy than the Turkey president, man.
No, we are actually also working on another project in Ghana. We are building a school in Ghana, so we have the meetings of that actually.
Super.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Why don't we do one thing? No, I agree, but let's meet like this and keep it really tight, so that it'll be very good, Suren, if we keep through that 1.5 hours. Okay, so what you guys can do, guys? There are 2 things that I want you to do. One, I want you to brand yourself as a brand ambassador. Okay, and what I will do, I can give you 2 things. One, a step-by-step guide that I give it to children. Okay, but for you, I will create an example like Ashraf. I showed you that example, right? If I create an example and show you where the assets are, like this guy, will you be able to? Yeah, this is my sample guy, brand ambassador, nice, very professional picture, professional banner, about section, experience section, blah, blah, blah. Okay. You should, will you be able to do that? If I give you that link by next week?
We should try.
I couldn't understand what do you mean by that link. What's that link?
It's just a URL of another brand ambassador, so that you need to become like them.
Okay, yeah.
Like your profile should look like theirs, John. That's what he's saying. So you have to make
Yeah,
your
I
profile.
understood.
Yeah, just go to a nice professional studio, take a good picture, or you can even you guys know how to modify your pictures really nicely, right? So
I have one. I took a photo for the candidate presidency elections in our school, so that's why.
Cool. Okay, so that's one. The second is the second job is, can we just focus on politicians? Let Manasvi get all the NBA, NFL, globally. Okay, this thing. Let Anirudh do congressmen and senators, and let John do 2, which is past and past and current prime ministers globally. Yeah, that's it. Past and present prime ministers and presidents globally. Basically, heads of state. That's it.
Yeah.
Yes.
And one thing, actually, maybe next week I can do the Turkish politicians next week.
Okay, fair enough. You can
And
start with it.
yeah, one question. So, I mean, the presidents, I will be focusing on like the prime ministers and presidents of the countries. So there are many former prime ministers or presidents. So should I note the previous one?
Yes.
Is it okay?
Yeah, yeah.
Last
So-
previous one, because
Yes.
that
the-
person will be more familiar with the government processes.
Yeah, yeah. No, I want you to focus on past and present. So don't leave anybody past. Even somebody was a prime minister, president 20 years ago, knock on their door. It's much
Okay.
easier to get somebody who was a president 20 years ago than somebody who is currently the president.
Okay.
But
Okay.
but the biggest problem that you will have is finding their LinkedIn, Twitter, and email. Mostly all politicians would give out their email by especially in the US. It is so easy. Go to their Senate website, all of them will be listed somewhere. Okay, it's pretty straightforward. But Turkey, it's going to be pretty tricky. But these are the three we need. But I need a comprehensive list. And so they, sorry, Manasvi and Anir, you can tell her that all NBA and NFL, past and present, not today, not only the present, all the past ones also.
And
So-
what
so
are we
Anirudh-
looking for? We are
wait, wait,
looking
wait,
for
wait.
email and LinkedIn, correct?
Email,
Yeah,
LinkedIn, Twitter.
Anirudh, yeah,
Okay.
Anirudh will make a spreadsheet, person's name, email, Twitter, and LinkedIn. He'll make those columns. He'll start filling that. He'll give the template to Manasvi, and Manasvi will start filling that. And then both of them will be ready with that, and then they'll show it on his next week.
Yeah. Same thing. In fact, it'll be cool. If you guys do it on an Excel, because it's really easy.
Yeah,
And,
I've already created a template for us.
Cool.
Actually.
yeah,
And one thing actually, should I also look for the presidents and the former presidents, or there isn't a prime minister in USA, but the presidents and the former presidents of the USA, or Anirudh will do it.
No. I want you to do it. All the
Global.
past
Okay.
past and present heads of state of all countries.
Of all countries. Okay.
Of all countries. So remember one thing. The trick is not to go with your mind. Okay, you have to go with some list like Wikipedia, some list. Even if that list we need to pay money to buy it, come to me, tell me that we need to pay money to buy the list, we will pay the money. Do not try to like one by one pick stuff from people. That's going to drain you. Okay, so
So we need to look for their Twitter, email, and LinkedIn account.
3: Twitter, email, and LinkedIn, all 3.
And
But-
honestly, is all past and present NBA players.
NBA players and NFL players. And
Yeah.
Anir, think smartly. Do not go to somewhere and just one by one. The one by one will kill you. I mean, if nothing is there, that's what we need to do. But I'm sure you have to think some idiot has already done it. Somebody out there has done it. We just need to find who's done it, or get his work. You have to
Right.
think like that, because there must be some crazy NFL fan. There must be
No,
some.
I have a thing, like for example, for John's case, where the previous presidents, White House will have that list for sure, I'm sure, but will they give it is another question.
Yeah.
It's not about.
No. I will be
No.
focusing on country individual. For
Individual.
instance, I will start from Europe. I will start from the USA. I will start from the USA. I will list the past presidents of the USA, for instance, and then the current one, and I will move on with the other.
Don't go before, let's say, Barack Obama, right? Even Bill Clinton is too old. Maybe, so maximum 20 years. And of course he should be alive. So one of these 2 or 3. Don't go more than 20 years behind. It's not really
Okay,
pointless.
20 years. Okay,
Past 20 years.
okay, past 20 years.
But again, John, I want to stress this point. Do not go collecting one by one. You will die. You have
I know. I will make a good strategy.
Yeah, you have to have a strategy to collect all the past presidents in one stroke. There, like Sudeshna said, there must be some political PhD guy who might have done this, the last 100 presidents, something, so the list should be there somewhere. You copy, paste, and then, you go and collect their other stuff. Yeah, just remember that.
Okay.
Cool. All right. So two things. Yes, Anir.
Can you send like this recording to Manusri as well?
I'll do that.
Okay.
I mean, I'm going to send it on WhatsApp, so she has to click on it.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Let's again, keep the chatter, guys. Don't let that group like sleep like this. Whole week we sleep and then we come back and get alive. Just keep chatting every day. 1 or 2 lines here and there. And keep it alive.
Yeah, update everyone about the progress you're making, because that will keep the excitement going for others.
Exactly.
So keep
Even
the
I need
motivation.
some battery charging a little bit.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. We'll see you guys next week.
Thank you guys. Have a good one. Bye.
See you.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye, Christine.